So we're at the Hillingdon Business Expo now, and I'm joined by Keeley Taverner. Good morning.
Hey.
And you're from Key for Change.
Indeed, I am.
Tell us about Key for Change. What do you do at Key for Change?
So Key for Change, we're based in Uxbridge High Street, and we help individuals who's got to a point in life where what you're doing is no longer working and the way forward is unclear. So we're psychologists, psychotherapists, and psychiatrists who work privately. So people come to us when they need support, and basically they're not prepared to wait 6 to 8 weeks in the NHS, and so they want that help there and then. And we also help young children as well, because that's another area where waiting lists are ridiculously long and young people are struggling.
So you've got a team of people that you can draw from?
Yes, so we have drama therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, we have counsellors, we have a mediator, we even have baby massage from our resident therapist, Kavita, who's also a midwife.
And your premises are in Uxbridge?
Yes.
In Beasley's Yard?
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sure has some history to it.
Yes, most definitely. The church hall was built in 1879, and that's literally on the building. You can see that as you come to Beasley's Yard, and it has beautiful stained glass windows that have been preserved. So it's just a real hub in Uxbridge that assists people across the spectrum, from people with learning difficulties to people who are seeking therapy as well.
So how can we contact Key for Change if we want to get in touch with you?
So Key for Change has a significant social media presence, and I think that's what makes us stand out from other therapists who tend to be quite shy, who aren't necessarily engaging with social media. So we are on Instagram at Key for Change. You can also find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and we also do the little stories on Instagram as well, just to keep people up to speed. I also have a Key for Change YouTube channel as well, and I'm very passionate as a grassroots psychotherapist about making psychology, mental health much more accessible to people. Like, let's get real about the challenges that we are all facing in life. And so one of the areas that I'm passionate about is intimate relationships.
It's a big thing at the moment, isn't it? Mental health. Suddenly a big topic of conversation.
Well, I think, we've recently had Mental Health Week last week, and I think one of the great cries for myself is that, here we have, like, Nadia Hussain, who won British Bake Off, did a documentary about her life with anxiety, which really woke a lot of people up. People were telling me to have a watch and so on. However, at the same time, the services are being reduced and wait times are being extended. So here we have this massive campaign to push. However, we know that people, when they get to their doctors, are highly likely to be offered medication and having to wait to get that one-to-one support. So it's a wonderful thing, and I think it's great that people are becoming more aware. And I think people like myself who've chosen to work independently, I think it's really important that I help to make it more normal. Yeah. And I do so by talking about my own story and my own battles, so that people are like, oh, she struggled too. Like, I thought it was just me, because that's a big, massive thing, is that people often feel that it's just them and they're isolated in their experiences. So.
And can people go to their doctors and get access to your services through the NHS, or is it completely private?
Our services are private. We have clients who access us through EAP services, there's employee assistance programs. So if you're employed by a bigger organisation, so I know when I was in probation, I accessed EAP services. So that's where you could go and see a counsellor through your employer, and your employer usually pay for about 6 sessions. So people can access us that way, but otherwise people pay independently. But another thing that I'm doing at Key for Change is doing workshops on particular hot topics. And we know that males is a massive challenge. We've just got a new therapist at Key for Change who specialises in helping men with anxiety. This is really important. We know that white males are overrepresented in terms of suicide, and there's a massive stigma for men about asking for help. So, we get it. We are very much on the front line helping people We see what social media is doing to people, WhatsApp particularly. I think people are waking up. They really are waking up to like less is actually more. You know, I drive a car that's 20 years old. It has no sat nav. It works absolutely fine. Some of the data that we're given we don't actually need. It becomes overwhelm. And we get into this illusion that, you know, we need the stuff. We don't actually need the stuff. A lot of them are optional extras.
That's true. Well, thank you very much for chatting to us today, Keeley. That's fantastic. Maybe get an email address or a website from you. Where can we go to contact you?
So if you're interested in Key for Change, if you've got to the point in life where what you're doing is no longer working and the way forward is unclear, or if you keep falling in love with bozos, users, losers and abusers, and you want to make a change, you can find us at key4change.com. You can use the number 4 or FOR, key4change.com, and you'll find all our services and how to get in touch there.
You ever a rapper by any chance?
I do. I used to spit bars at HMP Wormwood Scrubs. Yeah, when the guys used to say, Miss, what do you do? I used to be like, bruv, I'm a rehabilitator, none greater, crime and drugs, see you later, rehabilitator, motivator, come see Key if you want to get greater.
Oh, yes.
I used to stun them. They were like, whoa.
Spontaneous rapping, I like it.
Miss spits bars. Yeah, so yeah, I love to bring all manner of creativity into the work that I do. I think it helps.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Yes, you too.